Dukes of Hazzard kid, everybody loves the Charger. I love Daisy Duke's car. My name is Kevin Erickson. I'm from Denver, Colorado, and I'm here in Sonoma, California at Sonoma Raceway with Holley's first ever high voltage event. So I brought along my 1972 Plymouth Satellite, which now I call Electrollite. Although it looks like a standard muscle car, maybe pro touring on the outside, it's very different on the inside. This is now powered by a Tesla Model S drivetrain. It's got a large drive motor in the rear. It's got a full 100 kilowatt hour battery pack out of a Tesla Model S. That power gives this car easy 250 mile range and 600 plus horsepower. So this isn't my first build. I still have my first car, an old 1969 Dodge Dart. I started rebuilding Holley carburetors with my dad. He was an old school carb guy. He could tune anything with just a screwdriver in his ear, and he had these things purring. And to transition from that to EFI back in the late 90s, I wanted to learn EFI. I wanted to keep these muscle cars on the road with the latest technology. My last build was a 69 Mach 1 Holley Dominator EFI system, turbocharged. You know, Holley has just been with me every step of the way, it seems, and now I needed to learn the next phase. My kids are young. I want to build cars with them, and this is what they're going to be into. And Holley's right along with us now, jumping right into the EV. Being the first EV that I've ever built, I know cars. I know how to build. I know how to mount motors. I know how to transmissions, rear ends. I know how that works, but I didn't know EV. And so I wanted something that was already kind of figured out as much as I could. So I went with the Tesla Model S drivetrain. So in place of the rear axle, this is now an entire Model S subframe. It's in a nice cradle with 4 bolts. It's got suspension. And so I figured all that engineering was done for me. And then I just had to figure out how it was going to fit to the car, how to get the right wheel spacing, and then how to control it. And so the aftermarket is now picking up. And so with aftermarket controllers, I can use engineered products. I think a lot of people are calling this the new LS swap. We're taking the best cars we can find that have been damaged or wrecked, and we're repurposing those parts to make modern hot rods. So after the motor was figured out, the next big part is the battery. And I thought, what better battery than to go with the biggest battery you can get, which is the Tesla Model S. So this is a 100 kilowatt hour battery, but Tesla has the whole floor as a battery, and I was not willing to cut this car. This is all a bolt-in build. So I repackaged that battery. I've got 10 modules up front, 6 in the rear. With that rear weight along with the motor, the balance of this car is the best it's ever been. I now have 55% of the weight in the rear. Makes it a very sporty feeling muscle car. The drivability is just excellent. Part of the theme of this car is I wanted it to appear stock. I love the big wheels and the modern pro touring look, but I wanted the feel of the old interior. So I'd say 90% of the interior is just stock reproduction. Now the instrumentation is a different problem. I could have gone with custom gauges and I could display, say, amperage or miles per hour, but those are custom one-off gauges. So instead I went with tablets, and on the tablet I can Bluetooth all the CAN bus data from my battery management system, and I can display something like 250 parameters. On one screen I have all 96 cells of the battery pack, so I can monitor all of the relevant information to this car now in a display that didn't take away from the stock appearing interior. The other thing about this car is I wanted a full street car. I'm always a fan of fully usable street cars, daily drivable, and that was part of the choice of the large battery pack. I can get easily 250 miles of range, maybe more if I charge to 100%. So I've been driving this car all summer. Although I've got a couple thousand miles on it, I haven't hit the track yet. Today at Sonoma Raceway with Holley High Voltage, we're going to be taking it down the track. I'm going to let it rip. We're going to see what it can do.